Everyone. Welcome to episode 29 of Social Good Podcast. Today we have with us Nicole. How are you doing today, Nicole?
I'm so good, Rose. Thanks so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that you're here. Yeah, whereabouts are you based?
I'm based in New York right now. Uh, have been
Like,
living here for a while.
oh, okay, okay. Like New York, New York.
Yes, New York City. Yeah.
Great. How long have you been there for?
So I'm here for 5 years now. Um, so
Um,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
like where are you from originally?
I'm Brazilian, born and raised. I moved to New York for school. I got a scholarship at Columbia University, and then I moved here. Have been living in New York ever since.
Great. Are you like when did you graduate from Columbia?
Last year, actually, last May.
Wow,
So 1 year, 3 months.
congratulations.
Thank you.
What did you major? What did you study in? What was your like concentration?
Yeah, I studied psychology and neuroscience. So that's what I graduated in.
Oh, okay, okay. And like, tell me the story of like soul health. Like, did you know that you wanted to go into like venture or like business while you're at Columbia, or how did that happen?
Yeah. So, throughout my entire life, I have always dealt with mental health issues, and this really started in college when I faced huge depression and I had anxiety episodes and burnout episodes. And it became a personal mission ever since I was cured and ever since I was healthy again to make the same change into others' lives. So this happened through many ways, right? So I was trying to help the diet at Columbia for people that struggled with eating disorders. Um, I wrote a book last year called The Strong Brain, meant to help people that struggle with a sick brain, and theoretically, because that's the name of the book. I'm gonna give it to you so you can check it out. But I've always had this as my personal mission. I've always wanted to get into medicine, but as I was graduating, I realized I want to do something right now. I want to be able to impact lives right now. So by founding a company right now, that's how I was able to manage and get to understand more where the pain of the people are, people my age, younger, older, and then apply that once I become a professional in healthcare as well.
Okay, so do you still have like your aspirations of working in healthcare?
Yes, definitely. Soul Health is all about healthcare, primarily mental health care. I'm
Oh,
trying to create a world in which burnout is not as common as it is right now. And I think this all
for the
comes,
practitioners on the practitioner side or on the patient side, that being.
we can call it patience. I mean, I'm not, Soul Health, I'm not directing it fully to patients. It's mostly to common people that are not really looking to go to a doctor, but have been struggling with that illness throughout their daily lives. And I'm just trying to make that more clear and bring that awareness into the workplace primarily. Because
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
I'm coming from New York, right? I can tell you that there's a lot of burnout here. There's a lot of people not really
True.
living their lives, but instead just focusing on the professional goals, which
Mm.
are great. I have it, you have it, all of us do. But I'm just trying to bring that vision that it is important to reconcile with your personal life as well.
That is so true. That is so true. Because I mean, as individuals in the year 2026, right? It's
Yeah.
impossible. I mean, like for a man, let alone a woman, to handle their social life, their mental health, their physical
Yeah.
health, their like dating life, their like nuclear family. It's just like impossible, right?
It's a
So
lot
how
and it's
it's a
growing
lot.
by the day, right?
Yeah, like as a society, it's crazy how far we've come, but I feel like it does take the input of everyone. So, yeah.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I
So
feel
tell,
like,
Mhm.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, can you tell me a little bit about like soul health and like what does it, how does it operate and run?
Yeah. Yes, 100%. So at Soul Health, we want to make the road of the workplace free of burnout, especially in entrepreneurship. And I came up with this idea because I myself burnt out many times, especially as a founder, as a solo founder. You have so much in your head, and this is before you even take an investment, right? So if
Yeah.
we're talking about founders that do take investments, in other words, loans somehow from venture capitals or from accelerators, then we're talking about not only having to achieve your own goals, but someone else's, right? You are not only your boss anymore, someone else is your boss. So you have to take accountability for that as well. So my solution comes to venture capitals and accelerators who have cohorts or batches of founders. And
Okay.
in that batch, you are not necessarily able, as a venture capitalist, to check up on each founder and their mental health as it should be. So that's where Soul Health comes into place. So we take assessment quizzes and questionnaires from all of the founders on
Yep.
random days of the week, random days of the month, just to be able to track how their mental health is being, and based on the results that we get, we connect them with professionals in the healthcare space. So it's a management for venture capitals.
Okay. And it is 100% on like brain, I mean mental health, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a reason you chose to pursue that route? Like is physical health uh like not as pertinent for founders, or what are your thoughts and plans going forward on
Yeah. So personally, I love how AI is being implemented everywhere, and I feel like that is very important, and it's bringing voices to a lot of people in terms of creating things or coming up with initiatives that otherwise they wouldn't have. And I think that
such
is
as?
right. Yeah, I think that extremely important. Um, but I've always had the dream of becoming an entrepreneur ever since I'm like 12, I
Okay.
think. I keep having ideas. When I go to a restaurant, I just check the business model, I check the viability and how things are going because I want to be able to build something and use my life
Uh-huh.
to create meaningful things for society. That's basically what it is. So I want.
Mhm. What gave you that spark, Nicole?
That is a great question. I believe I have always thought like that, like ever since I was in high school. I wanted to make a good use of my life and of my time and, of the resources that I had. So I think I was given so many great opportunities, and I want to give it back to society. I want to be able to contribute, especially considering my personal experience, right? Because having that personal experience also inspired me to help others as well.
Was there one experience in like particular that stood out for you?
I would just say, can I say two of them?
Shoot.
So the first experience, first moment, right, that really marked me, I think it is when I left home. So I'm an only child. I was born and raised in Brazil. And when I was 18 years old, I moved and I came to the United States all by myself with two suitcases and an offer to acceptance into college. Um, and when I got here, I didn't really have a phone number, credit card, not even a debit card, and like let alone friends and network. I was completely lost, and I feel like that moment in which I left my parents' house and I just came here to um, live my own life and make my decisions really mine, is the one that stood out to me as embracing my own responsibility and my own mission in the world, if I can say it that way. So that is the first moment. And the second moment, I would say it was definitely feeling really depressed in college. And amongst the many factors that I just described, right? I was alone in another country. Um, I had a relationship that didn't work out, a lot of things. Um, I think that academic pressure, even though I knew I was capable and I truly was, I think the mentality that was going around there was just not very fruitful to me. So that is why I'm trying to pass a different mentality forward.
So like what was that like pivotal moment?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I had these experiences throughout college for many years, and I feel like that was very important to determine who is the person that I want to become and what is the professional use of my time that I want to have, like what are my professional aspirations. So, if I'm gonna be honest with you, I got into college wanting to become a physicist. So, I wanted to do physics. I started majoring in physics and mathematics. I did a few classes here and there. I really liked it. It was what I was doing in high school at the beginning. But after dealing with my own mental issues, I knew that there was more, and I became really interested by the human brain. And that was the reason why I changed to neuroscience and psychology.
Do you ever like dream about or think about going back to physics or not really?
No, not really. I think it's great, and I'll always have a love for physics and for understanding nature phenomena and the wonders of the world and the universe. But I embraced healthcare and taking care of the human mind as my mission.
And what are some like of your best experiences thus far at Soul Health?
Well, it's been a great journey. I've pivoted more than twice. I was alone at one moment, and then I had people interested, and then they joined. But then, when
Mhm.
you're like an entrepreneur, it's your company is like your baby, so you're really careful of what you do, right? And who you're targeting. But basically, the biggest moment was probably talking to many investors. I mean, I could name a few,
Mhm.
but just talking to investors that believe in my idea and just feel like those ideas that I developed throughout the months are really important to the future moving forward in terms of taking care of the minds of founders. And I mention investors not because they're going to invest in my company, but instead because they are my target, right? They are the people that I'm selling to. So it's good to hear feedback from them. I think your your users are your most important source of knowledge to improve the company.
I did not think about it like that founders are selling to um their investors. Are you a solo founder, Nicole?
Yes, correct.
Is there a reason that you chose to go that route?
Um, I feel like it is a very personal mission, right? So I'm not just building a company to change things from A to B. I want to change things from A to Z. So I'm actually putting my literal soul into this, especially because of my personal experience and how attached I am to the mission as well. So I think that it is important to first establish the ground and later obviously hire people and just have more people in the team just as passionate about the mission as I am.
Oh, okay. And how many clients do you have?
Should I disclose that? I'm not well, okay. In the last few months, we were able to close three batches from three different accelerators, two accelerators and one venture capital, but thrry different batches. That's what I'm working with right now.
Are you affiliated with Y Combinator at all?
Not yet. That
Okay.
is something that I look forward to be in the future. I have some contacts there. I applied already, was rejected already, but it's all a matter of time. Mhm.
And how do you like, what's your vetting process like as far as like who you work with?
What do you mean? For clients or for people to join the team, you mean?
Your clients, your clientele.
Honestly, um, I think at the beginning, right? I mean, I'm already 9 months into this, but I still consider the beginning because we have so much to grow. But
Mm-hmm.
when we are at the beginning of any company, right, you are not really discriminating clients, right? I think the
True.
clients that come are the clients that have that problem. And
Mm-hmm.
whatever that problem is, in whichever form it comes, it's
Okay.
your job to solve it. So I think that my goal here is to understand which client is coming, why are they interested, and how can I make it more interesting to other people. So I wouldn't say I have a preference of client. I just observe what they are complaining about and what they are analyzing so that I can improve for the next ones.
So you're still kind of like in the baby process as far as soul health.
Um, that's the way that I say it, just because I visualize it as much bigger, but we've made some great progress since
Okay.
February. I have an intern now in the summer working with me. So, we are reaching more, and I feel like hopefully we'll be fundraising soon. But
Okay.
that is that is a maybe because I really trust that the revenue that we're making is probably enough unless we want to grow. But that's
Mhm.
that's for the next podcast.
Well, I mean, like, are you guys fundraised already or are you bootstrapping?
No, no. All of the money that we have right now came from revenue. So just, testing, validating with users before, and then if we do need to scale, then we'll think about that.
Yeah, I guess it's like all of the cues that we pick up from our environment, right?
Yeah, I feel like fundraising is such a responsibility that when I do it, I want to do it right. I want to make sure that I'm able to deliver all of the results that the investors are believing in and much more, right? Nothing is stopping for more. So,
It
yeah.
seems like such a like such a meta thing because like you are a founder of a company that depends on investors, and yet at the same time you're helping founders of companies with their health, right? So it's like who helps your health, right? Who helps
Oh,
like
okay.
your mental health, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm only doing this because I have my mental health fully taken care of. Like, it is something
Mm,
that I've worked throughout the years with my own professionals, and I paved the way. And that's why
mhm.
I come with some sort of leadership in terms of how to deal with your mental health because I not only did it for friends and people that I know, but I also did it for myself, right?
Yeah.
So that was the journey. I think like I just fell in love with understanding our minds, and now I want to help everyone with that as well.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. It's like with even with like therapists, right? With like psychologists that help people with their mental health. It's like if you are a therapist helping like 60 other people, that therapist needs a therapist. It's, I
Yeah.
mean, it's like a chain, right? Just the, so,
Exactly. I think therapists, people in the medical field, like medical students, residents, psychologists, they all need to take care of their health because the environment itself is already very harsh.
subjective.
Yeah, so that's an important
So,
topic that we can't forget.
so I mean, who doesn't need a therapist? That's,
Right? That's true.
who doesn't
Yeah,
need a therapist? I mean, does my dog need a therapist?
maybe. No, I think they'll be fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully, right? But, um, Yeah, I mean, I jest here, but it's like, jokes are based on truth, which is like,
Right.
take it for what it is. But
No, yeah, I
it's,
mean, my partner's dog
mhm,
actually, she does get very anxious sometimes. So,
yeah.
it is true, like th there is a concern about animals' mental health and like therapists' mental health and everyone's mental health, or every living being. Maybe not every living being. Let's limit it to animals and humans. But for sure, it's something that everyone should take care of, especially in this era of technology and
I
screens all
mean,
the time.
it's mind blowing, just mind blowing to me that like in 2026, like as far as we've come, it
Hmm.
hasn't been without those like um costs, right? Like we've come so far and we have the world at our fingertips, but at what cost, right? So I feel like that's something that somebody, God forbid it be me, but somebody has to like address and look at straight in the eye and say, okay, so at least admit that if we develop this and this and this and this and this technology, with like all of like the smart technology being around with IoT and et cetera, like there's a cost to it. So I mean, just come fully prepared is kind of like what
No,
I would,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, I think as a majority, all of the inventions and the progress that we've made throughout the years is something good overall. I think that's mostly an opinion thing, but I definitely feel like personally it's something good. But I think that it comes with a cost, definitely. But as long as you're aware of this cost and you make changes to actually be cautious to not, be caught into something doing that you're going to lose yourself, then I think it's for the good, right? So if we think about all of these initiatives and startups even that are being created to motivate or help people pursue in real life encounters or just in-person connections, I think that is more important than ever.
Okay, so let's like assume that, we implement these changes as they come along, as we just suggested. How do we go about it? Do we announce it on Instagram? Like, do we find a press release with a newspaper? Like, the questions are, I mean, it's so open-ended. How do we go about implementing these changes? Do you have like one or even two suggestions?
Yeah, that is a great point. I feel like if you have to announce that this is a change you're gonna make, then you're already dependent on the react the reaction to that announcement, right? So here we are in the same cycle. We're not getting out of it. I do believe in a sentence that is very well said or very like
Mm-hmm.
widely said. I forgot the author, but it talks
Mm-hmm.
about the fact that weak generations build strong men, and strong men lead to weak generations. And that is just a fact if we think about throughout the history, right? So I think if we are not able to figure it out in this generation, our kids will. And that will come at the price of, you know, us having to figure it out at some point. But that's what I think in terms of we don't really have to take that many actions. We can just live our own lives individually, if you know what I'm saying.
Right. But like again, at what cost, right? Because there's always, let's face it,
Hmm.
there's always going to be a cost to something, whether
No,
it's
definitely. Yeah.
to our financial health, our mental health, our physical health, our social life, our professional life. There's always a cost.
No.
Let's just be real. Yeah.
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 No, I think that like we can, yeah, like when we talk about the changes that are being implemented, it's just like very important for new startups to be created in terms of mental health or in terms of physical health even. We've seen a huge trend of like wearables now, right? So
What?
there's wearables,
What
so
are
things
wearables?
that you wear. So like you have the Whoop in your arm here that tracks. your heart rate variability, among other things. You have
Mm,
aura, which is that ring that you are able to wear, and it tracks your heart rate as well. Your Does it track glucose? I think, it tracks all of your biological measurements, and we are
okay.
seeing more. Then there are new ones promising to deliver a lot about digestive health. So I think if we're able to build something that is able to predict mental health in a way, or at least the likelihood of mental health, that is a beginning. It is very subjective,
Right.
obviously, right?
Right.
Because
So I
it's
mean,
not
obviously you're a bit biased because you kind of put mental health on a pedestal.
100%.
Um, but I'm sure that other people with good mental health would prefer to have their financial health be, more a little bit more up there.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
That
Like
can be as well. Hey,
so
the next
so
person
so
that
who's gonna
creates either or, I'm happy.
yeah. So who's gonna regulate this, right? Is it the role of the government? Oh my goodness. Well, does it if it's the role of the government to say, oh, you can only wear like three pieces of technology at once, including your phone. Like, is that
That
is
is,
that
yeah.
like completely out of reach? Or I mean, I can't imagine like a bill being passed where it's like you can only wear like two to three pieces of technology at
I
once. Like
know. I
it's
actually honestly have no idea where we're gonna be. I think that there are definitely many changes that are not only unpredictable now, but
hmm
unforeseen. Like we can't even
Oh my
imagine
God.
what these
Like
changes will be
straight
bring.
straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
has it come to this? Has our society come to this? Because I mean, if mental health is really that bad, and is it? Like, where are we going? We're in 2026, right?
I
Who
know. I
has the
know.
answers?
Yeah, I mean, I assure you, I don't have it. It is definitely something that worries me in terms of not only professionally, but personally as well. It's something that
Mm,
I really care throughout my life and the lives of the generations ahead of me.
mm.
But there's only so much we can do, right? So that's why
No
I think that,
kidding.
like, sorry?
No kidding. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
that is why I'm just dedicating my time to being able to improve mental health of founders and entrepreneurs because um yeah,
yeah. I totally understand. Yeah, I mean, we can only do our best, right? So,
exactly. Yeah,
yeah, let
and
me
there are
end
some
with
things
this.
that we don't control as much as we wanted
Yes.
to.
Let me ask you one question before we sign off. Where
Mhm.
do you find your hope?
My hope mostly comes from Jesus Christ. I'm Christian. I love um
Okay.
Jesus, and I just love all of the lessons that it has taught me throughout the years. I also think from my family and
Mm-hmm.
from my personal growth as well, my personal trajectory. I know what I overcame, I know what it took for me to overcome, so I know that I can do it again.
Well, it's been such a pleasure to have you on. And
My pleasure is all mine.
where can the audience find you, Nicole?
You can find me on LinkedIn, Nicole Vieira Pires, or on Instagram, again, Nicole Vieira Pires. No underlines, no dots, no anything. Just my full name.
Great,
Yeah.
everyone. Thank you for joining, and we'll catch you next time. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.